Welcome back to Tight Lines. This so-called winter, there have been many reports of big perch being caught from both still and flowing waters. And when we asked specialist angler Duncan Charm to try and get one in the net for us before all heavy rain arrived, he opted for the River Loddon in Berkshire. Now, Duncan prides himself on catching quality fish of many different species, and the Loddon holds a fair few of those.
I've just arrived on the River Loddon. As you can see, it's a cold, misty winter's morning, perfect for perch. That's my target species. I'm going to be fishing lobworms. I'm going to actually start in this really feature swim. There's loads of overhanging trees and bushes. It's quite deep, and I've caught perch here before, so I'm quite confident. As I say, we're using lobworms, and there's not any fish in the river that's not going to pick those up, so hopefully we'll catch a chub as well. I've just arrived in my swim. As you can see, I'm using a quiver tip rod with a 2-ounce tip fitted. The reel's loaded with 6-pound main line. And then at the business end, I've got a tiny little lead here. It's only 1/4 of an ounce. It's on a quick change running bead. A couple of float stops there, so I can actually adjust the length of the trace. Then a loop-to-loop, 4-pound fluorocarbon hook link, straight down to a size 12 barbless hook, and a little bit of elastic band there just to keep the bait on. I'm just about to make my first cast. As you can see, it's a lovely misty morning. The sun's just breaking through, so I really need to get in the river quick, because once that sun gets up, the perch are just going to disappear. I'm using one bait that catches all fish, so perch are my target, but obviously if a big chub comes along or a barbel, then so be it. I'm not going to use a whole lobworm straight away. I'm just going to stick half a lobworm on. I'm just going to swing it down the side of these bushes down here and hopefully get a response quite quickly. That's the plan. Let's see how it goes. There we have it, it's a perch. It's not the biggest perch, but it's a fish. Took a bit of a change. I was using a small piece of lobworm. I've just put a whole lobworm on, so obviously the bigger bait worked. As you can see, the lobworm's still in his mouth. Come on, out you come. There we are, hook's come out. Worm's still in its mouth. And that's what you call a perch. Beautiful colours on the river. We had a perch in here, only the one, but just like most swims on little rivers like this, you'll catch a fish and then it'll go quiet. So it's time to move on. As you can see, I've just settled down in another swim. It's a really good perch swim. It's a big feature on the far bank, so plenty of cover, quite a nice deep hole under the tree. So let's see what happens in this swim. Well, I've been here for about an hour now, just over. One strikeable bite, a couple of little knocks, but even those knocks now have disappeared, so I just don't actually see any point in staying any longer. There's a few swims further up, we've still got time, so let's get moving and see if we can catch another. Another swim, another feature, overhanging tree. hopefully a perch or two down there, but it's one of those days when bites are at a premium. So we'll give it about 15 minutes or so and then try the next one upstream. Well, as you can see, I'm back in the swim I started off this morning. I've been up and down the river since catching that perch. Tried, quite a few swims and had one bite I missed. So it's getting late in the day now. It's the best time of the day for a perch. So it seems sensible to settle down where I know there's fish and hopefully be able to grab one before the light goes. Well, can you believe it? I packed my landing net up and a perch has taken this. I'm going to have to swing this one up. And it's not a monster, but there you have it. One in the morning, one in the evening, only just hooked. Only another little baby, but I was kind of thinking it's just not going to happen. We've tried so hard, but I turned around and the tip's banging away. And there we have it, another lovely perch from the River Loddon. I'm really happy with that after a hard day. They don't all have to be big ones, do they?
Smacks a bit of relief, didn't it? But it's so frustrating because nobody knows that river like Duncan, and those fish are there. At the moment, that River Loddon is currently a lake. It's over all the fields. I was talking to John Raisin yesterday, and he's talking about Sindlesham Mill. There's a lovely bit there. We used to fish a backwater that I think is Tackle Shop, of Farnborough Club, and that's all just like one. It's amazing what's happened on the Loddon.